What is up, guys? Welcome back to Dan Reviews, and today we have a review for this week's episode of Walking Dead, and this is of Season 7, Episode 4, Service. Awesome episode. Welcome back to Dan Reviews, yeah, man, guys, this episode was really good, for Walking Dead. If you're not caught up to Walking Dead, this will contain spoilers in this video, so I'll warn you, there, so to speak. And this was an amazing episode. I want to say the most enjoyable episode so far, if you know what I mean. I look pale because the stupid sun is right out there, and it's just shining right down because my window's over there, so excuse that. But anyway, to the point. We actually, in this episode, get to see a lot of awesome scenes with, you know, Negan coming to Alexandria, taking their mattresses, which I thought was pretty insane, and then burning them afterwards. You know, what's the point, right? They just want to torture them. They weren't even going to use the mattresses. You know, I just... Saviors, man. Saviors. But anyway, let's start from the beginning. So, basically, it starts with the sneak peek, open the gate, you know, da da da. Da, boom, 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 little pig, let me in, right? That type of thing. So, or at least that's what he said to them when that happened. So, anyway, guys, I have to admit, when he said, "Well, hello there," we saw this sneak peek before, but man, was it ever intense. Even the second viewing of the scene, he was still crazy. So, yeah. So he's like, "Yeah, Rick, come on out here, watch this. I'm calling it," right? Awesome. And, you know, another thing that's pretty cool is that seeing all these elements come in with Negan, you know, "Come on here, watch this." It seems like he's saying, you know, when you get supplies, well, we're going to clear out the fence for you. So this is what we're doing, right? We're going to show you that we're not lying here, we're not tricking, but they stole all their guns. I don't get that, because in the comics they didn't steal all their guns. They kind of just stole, half of them, like they promised in the comics, and they kept their promise in the comics. In the show, I mean, I can't get my head around it that they absolutely took every single one of their guns. And I still can't believe that. I still can't. And anyway, so they get into Alexandria. He's like, "Whoa," and he's like, "Hold this," right? So he's like, "Hold Lucille," right? And so Rick holds Lucille. Really awesome scene right there. I loved it. And you kind of get the sense when he's holding Lucille, right? He's fristing, right? He's kind of, he's like, like he wants to kill him, but he can't, so he has to be careful by the way he's doing that. So, I thought that was pretty clever, honestly. But, anyway, so, the episode was, when Daryl's like, he's like, Rick's like, "Daryl, you alright?" He's like, "Don't talk." I thought that was really, really crazy. And, okay, so, moving on with some of the other stuff, when he goes into Alexandria, we see Dwight, he's like, "Rosita," right? Because them two, of course, have met before. And I love the scene because he's like, "Oh, Rosita, go off, on your trip. Get me Daryl's motorcycle, where he left it. I know you know where he left it." And I like it because she's like, she sees that he's getting every gun out of there, and she's like, "Okay, now you can go," right? And to make sure that, that happens, he takes her hat. I don't know, man. I think that's just ridiculous. I wouldn't care about that hat, honestly. I would really not care about that hat. So, yeah, guys. So Negan, he's there. He's going through everything. He's getting the mattresses. He's taking furniture. Just everything, which is really crazy to see. Father Gabriel scares him, so to speak. At least that's what he told him. You're scaring me, right? You scared me, right? Awesome. And also, to not to get any further, the big thing for this episode that really scared me is when they said there were guns missing. And I'm like, oh God, that's not good. But that's not good at all, because Rick is forced to make sure that he gives him every gun. It wasn't part of the deal, but in return, he gets every single drop or bite or anything out of his water or food. He can keep it. But how are they supposed to defend walkers if a huge group attacks, if a herd attacks? The Negan and the Saviors, they're gonna be all the way back there in the stupid sanctuary. How Negan really didn't think about that, and I thought that was a little bit of a downer for his character, honestly, because he didn't really think about that. He says, "We'll protect you from anything." But how the heck are you going to do that if you're way over there at the stupid sanctuary? That just doesn't make any sense whatsoever. So, yeah. And, you have other stuff here, which was great. When they were taking the gun, he's like, "Rick, do you have a problem? You have something to say, so to speak." I love seeing Rick and Negan, just them two together. I think that it's really awesome. Real intense. And I like how when Rick finally gave him back Lucille after they were done, he gave it back, but he really festered about it. And I think the reason why he made Michonne get rid of the rifle is because he wants to know if Rick is making a plan. I can already tell. I don't know if any of you can. Doesn't it seem like he did that on purpose to try to show Negan that he's faithful to him? So after a while of doing this, Negan can trust him. I think that's pretty good. And when Negan ends up trusting him, that's when Rick can kill him. And then he should be fine, right? That is the plan I think Rick is putting together, and I think that's why he told Michonne to give back the gun. Fair enough, right? Fair enough. So, we have a lot of other stuff. They go out to get the bike. Rosita kind of goes off after they get the bike, and she kills zombies. She's shooting Denise, because if you guys were wondering, that is the same location that Denise died in episode 14 of season 6. Well, the last couple episodes there, and that's when he met Rosita. I like the conversations between Dwight and Rosita. I think they're intense, honestly, right? Do you guys kind of get that sense? So, anyway, moving forward. This part's pretty crazy. When he captures Olivia, he threatens that he will kill her if they don't find these 2 guns. And it was Spencer that hid the guns. And he really messed around with the group. He almost got Olivia killed. And Rick threatens them afterwards and said, say that to me again, that I got everybody into this. I'll do something. But he's like, I'll do something to you. I don't even want to say it, but it's pretty crazy. So basically, he says he's gonna break his jaw. Man, anyway, honestly though, Rick, he had the right to do everything there, because Spencer was gonna let that happen. He was going to, even though he didn't know that it would have caused the situation. He shouldn't have done that in the first place. I mean, some people might say, oh, they have the courage. You need some good courage before you can mess with Negan, man. Because it is more difficult than you might think. It is very difficult. So, that's one thing as well. And, oh man. A part that was really sad for me, it wasn't a sad scene per se. But when they drove away, after getting all that supplies and all that, man, that was so sad when Daryl kind of looked back as Rick, like, I am sorry, I wish I could be here, but I can't, that was real sad when they kind of looked at each other and they're like, see ya, and especially when he said, I'm not in charge anymore, Negan is. It sounds so weird, for him to say that. And that's why I think I say that this season is very different from, any of the other seasons. Well, that's what I mean by that. That's exactly what I mean by that. So, yeah, man, it's crazy, man. This episode was amazing. And, okay, so they leave. Michonne has been out there this entire time. She comes back, but then she goes back out to the sniper place with no sniper this time, or no sniper rifle. She hears something, and she ends up seeing that basically the mattresses have been lit on fire, so to speak, probably, and burnt down. Man, what's the point of taking mattresses if you're just, that's just straight up torture right there. Or not torture, really, but it's just kind of mean, right? When you're not even going to use them. Just let them keep it at least, man. Come on. But Negan, once again, Negan has his rules. He does, right? Anyway, so she sees the mattresses are burnt. She goes back, he's like, they took our mattresses, right? Okay, so this is one of the biggest standout parts of this episode for me. We have been wondering about this ever since about season 2 of The Walking Dead. When Lori said she was pregnant, that turned a huge turning point, and she was with Shane in the TV series, but she was also with Rick, and that made things confusing for everybody. And they're like, well, whose baby it is? And she even tells Shane, I don't even know who this baby it is, or whose baby it is. Rick lets us know that he has known this entire time that Judith is not his. My jaw just hit the floor. I'm serious. That was just a huge scene for me. I was wondering it myself ever since I saw the episode. I was wondering it, my very self. And to find that out, oh God, that was just, it was the craziest thing ever. And he talks about Shane. I'm thinking, like, why is he talking about Shane? It's, cool to see that he's talking about him again, because, he's a long lost character, for sure. But why is he talking, I was kind of wondering, and then I came to that conclusion, and I'm like, oh, that's not good, man. So, what are you gonna do? It's what it is, but it's just sad to see. Rick just broken, and then him saying that he's not the father of the child he's been taking care of. That is a huge, that's definitely huge for Rick's character. I mean, that's absolutely huge. So let me know what you guys think about this episode. I think this episode was amazing. And thank you for the amount of subscribers lately, guys. I appreciate it so much. On the road to 100 subscribers. That's my goal for at least the end of 2016. Hopefully we can make it happen. We'll see. Let's see how we do. And then maybe once we get into 2017, I'll make something for 1,000 subscribers at the very end of 2017. So we'll see if it gets to that. If you guys wouldn't mind subscribing, please subscribe if you wouldn't mind. And, I'll see you guys for the predictions for next episode, episode 5. 4 episodes left already, God. And, great episode, guys. Out of 10. It's a 10. I mean, this is an amazing episode. There's no doubt about it. I have no complaints. It's very different, but it was very good. It was very good. I liked how the scene with Carl pointing the gun at the Savior, and Negan kind of talks to him afterwards. You better get out of here before you find out how dangerous we all are. That was good. I'll see you guys for the predictions very soon. Peace.